I've been wanting to watch this because I've been seeing like a lot of the coverage and tweets about Restore Britain, and so far from what I've seen, Restore Britain seems like a pretty cool party. All right, so go straight into this chat. Is this the party that will save Britain? Let's see.
I have chosen to speak to you today from the farm because places like this represent what proper Britain is about. Hard work, responsibility, effort, duty, stewardship. This is the England I know, and this is the England that I love. On a farm, you don't think in election cycles or headlines or polling. You think in seasons. You think in generations. In what you leave behind to those who come after you. And that's why, here on the farm, I am now launching Restore Britain as a national political party. I'm now going to dedicate my life to finding...
I think this guy was a part of Reform. I think he was a part of Reform, and he I think he got kicked out or something. I'm not sure, 100% sure. I don't really keep up with British politics all that much, right? But I think that's what happened. I think this guy was part of Reform.
Reform, the Conservatives, the SDP, Advance, and more. In local politics, we will work in partnership with localized political parties, people at the next general election. This process has already started, with invitations being issued to patriots in aligned political parties, Reform, the Conservatives, the SDP, Advance, and more. In local politics, we will work in partnership with localized political parties, such as Great Yarmouth First, that have the best interests of their residents at heart, combining our forces at the next general election. The men and women standing for Restore in that election will not be politicians. I promise you that. They will not be failed ministers. They will not be tainted by failures of the past. They will be from business, from the military, from science, from medicine, from education, from industry, representing real communities up and down the country. Every single one will be from well outside the existing political establishment, and every single one will understand the difficult decisions that need to be taken. Because there are no easy fixes. I'm not going to tell you comforting lies about the condition of our country. I have only ever been honest with the British people, and I will be straight with you now.
Lay it on me.
What is necessary will be incredibly painful. But for the first time in a very long time, voters will have a genuine alternative which is truthful with them about the scale of what now has to be done. The first priority is to control who comes to our country, and more importantly, who stays in our country. Restore Britain will not just stop mass immigration, we will reverse it. Every single illegal migrant will be securely detained and then deported. The message will be unrelenting. If you are in this country without our permission, you will be removed. For the foreseeable future, far more people must leave Britain than arrive.
Yep, makes sense.
If a foreign national
if you want to protect your culture,
English, lives in social housing, claims benefits, refuses to work, fails to integrate, commits crime, or even actively hates our way of life and wishes to do us harm, then they must leave or be made to leave. Restore Britain will make our communities safe again for women and children.
Very common sense stuff so far, chat.
If that means millions go, then millions go. We're constantly told that the economy needs vast swathes of low-skilled migrants. We know that's simply not true. What we need is to get millions of healthy Brits back into work. A radical overhaul of how welfare is delivered. Protecting those in genuine need, but not funding healthy shirkers to live off the back of hard-working men and women. If you can work, you must work. It really is that simple. Restore Britain will be abundantly clear. If you consistently refuse work, then you will lose your benefits.
Common sense stuff so far, chat.
And more importantly, we will reward success. We will provide vast economic incentives for men and women to start businesses, generate opportunities,
smart,
build wealth, and create self-sufficient families. Standing here today on the farm, I know
promoting
exactly
the nuclear family. I love that.
Energy bills.
I want that to be done here.
Regulation, unproductive paperwork, planning restrictions, tax, and endless uncertainty. The state has definitively become the enemy of the people.
Yep.
Restore Britain will burn away suffocating taxes on work and enterprise.
We will
tax slash
cuts.
Unnecessary regulation.
Love that.
We will dismantle bloated quangos and the overbearing HR culture. We must crush parasitic Britain.
Is that where that came from? I've been seeing. Is that where that comes? Is that where the quangos come from? Is that where that comes from? I didn't know that that's where that came from. Yeah, I've been seeing like Leaflet, right, and Celestium and like Kirsch and all those people say Quango a lot. I was not aware that this is where Quango came from.
Regulation. We will dismantle bloated quangos and the overbearing HR culture. We must crush parasitic Britain. We will restore long-term, stable, logical policy so that businesses can plan and invest and grow again.
Love it.
But Restore Britain is about much more than numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about who we are as a nation and who we are as a people. Britain is not just an economy. Britain is not just an idea. Britain is not just a passport. Britain is a nation. Britain is a people, our people. And Restore Britain will never allow that to be erased. We will celebrate our Christian heritage and the identity that built and shaped this country. Responsibility, restraint, forgiveness, duty, and fairness.
Yo, I love this guy, bro. All the he's saying right now is just ticking all my boxes. Like, this is what I want done here. That's what I want here. Right? A celebration of, Christian origins, celebration of, America as a country, right? Because this is a nation, right? It's not just, like you hear this a lot. It's not just a melting pot, right? We have, our own culture, our history, and, this is all stuff that should be celebrated instead of, constantly just trying to demonize it. So racist, all this fucking bull. Can we get a Restore America?
In short, a high trust society. That will mean defending our culture. That will mean resisting the relentless creep of radical Islam. That will mean banning the burqa, outlawing Sharia law, blocking cousin marriages, and
by the way, the fact that cousin marriages are legal is fucking insane. Like, motherfuckers be talking about Alabama. What about Britain? It's legal to marry your cousin in Britain. I should move to Britain.
Imposing our Christian-based rule of law. A Restore Britain government would legislate to ensure that no halal or kosher slaughter on British soil. This is Britain, and we will do things our way.
Yup, the way it should be.
This political party now exists for one reason: to restore Britain. To make it a better, safer, and more prosperous place for British men and women to raise their families. It will be difficult, and it will be painful. But I assure you, it is possible. I hope you will consider joining me on this journey and becoming a member of our party. It is our country. It is now our collective responsibility to act. Together, we will restore Britain. Thank you.
Fucking W, man. I mean, right? Everything you said basically checks all my boxes, man. That's really, like, everything he said is basically everything I want done here in America. Really. Right? I think a lot of things he said were honestly really just common sense stuff, right? You know, this should all be like common sense shit that we can all agree on, but you know, that's not the case, I suppose. You know, I'm actually curious. I'm gonna look at this up. What is the approval rating of Restore Britain right now? I want to see this. Yeah, so it looks like right now their approval rating, or like intention to support the party, is like very stable at 10%. 10%, right? It does look like Reform is still in the lead, which makes sense, right? Reform has mostly been the party that's been like around longer and fighting back against the craziness happening in Britain right now. So it makes sense that Reform is still like the favored party right now, right? But I mean, definitely it looks like Restore Britain is not doing bad. You know, for a very new party that was launched like February 14th ish, right? Like it's been what, like a little over 2 weeks since its announcement. So yeah, I mean, not doing terribly, right? And a solid 10%, right?
Six, seven! これね。Six, seven! 6, 7! Okay.